What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of Fire or Expired. I, as always, am your host, the one, the only, the second Irish Bandit. Today on Fire Expired, we'll be looking at the latest album from Halestorm called Vicious. Halestorm has been together since 1997, so they've been around for over 21 years now. But their first full album wasn't released until 2000 and... Let me just look that information up here. I had it and I lost it. Their first album, well, they had an EP titled One and Done, April 28th, 2006. But their first full album wasn't released until April 28th, 2009. So that was 3 years later when their self-titled debut album, Halestorm, came out with the lead-off single, I Get Off. Then The Strange Case of was released in April of 2012. Kind of a theme there with all their albums being released in April. On January 24th, 2012, Halestorm released the EP Hello, It's Miss Hyde. Their second full-length album, The Strange Case of, was released in April of 2012. April 9th in the UK and April 17th in Italy. Then their most recent album, Into the Wildlife, was released on January 6th. No, that was for their Reanimate 3 album. Sorry. January 12th, 2015, their third full studio album entitled Into the Wildlife was announced. And that had I Am the Fire, Apocalyptic Mayhem, great songs. So Vicious is their fourth album they've released, fourth full album I should say. They've released a bunch of EPs along the way, including 3 Reanimate EPs, plus not the Strange Case, Hello, It's Miss Hyde. So 4 full albums, 4 EPs, probably more than that. So today we're going to be looking at their latest offering, Vicious, which was just released this past month in July. So let's waste no more time and let's get right down into the album. So as per usual, I'm not going to get into every song on the album. Well, only time I did that was with Ghost's new album, but I try to keep it to a few, and we're going to do that with this album. So the album kicks off with the single Black Vultures. It's a nice bluesy rock riff throughout. Lizzie's vocals come through nicely. It's just a really nice head bobbing tune, you know, you just kind of not really bang your head, but you kind of nod your head to it, bob your head to it, and really good. I really enjoyed that one. Then we go into the next single, Skulls. It starts with strange poppy monotone vocals that continue into the chorus and really didn't do anything for me, honestly. Like when Lizzie's singing like ba 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 ba. So okay, that's getting a little monotonous, Lizzie. Your voice can do more than that. I know, I've heard it. So yeah, Skulls really didn't do anything for me because you had this great lead-off track with Black Vultures and then it goes into Skulls and it just went completely flat for me from there. The next single we get into is Uncomfortable. It has a feel of their song Love Bites, So Do I. Starts out just like that, gets a little soft and mellow in the middle, but then picks right back up, and just a fun tune. Great tune, like I said. I love the song Love Bites, So Do I, so I enjoyed this one, because to me it kind of, you know, the album starts out like this with Black Vultures, starts out on a high, then it just kind of dips a little bit with Skulls, but Uncomfortable gets back up there, and that's what I really enjoy. Next up, we have, well, Buzz. I have nothing for that because I didn't really make an impression on me, because a lot of their songs on this album just really didn't make much of an impression with me, honestly. But then we go into Disturb, Do Not Disturb. It's slower, more sensual. It's kind of like the feel you get with Lizzie and the gang with Halestorm. The whole, you know, sexuality thing, getting into it, and it was a really nice song. I can see this being a stripper song, to be honest with you. The way it all goes and flows, and Lizzie's vocals, and yeah, I could really see this being a perfect stripping song. Then we skip into Heart of Novocaine. It's a slow acoustic offering, which they really shine at. And it's another track where Lizzie can just shine as a singer. She has such amazing vocals in this song. Then we go into White Dress. All I have for it is funky opening because it does have a really funky opening to it. Then you have the title track Vicious, which is a pretty good song. And then we close it out with The Silence. It's more laid back than the rest of the album, and it's just a really great way to finish it because you have all the highs and the hard stuff, and then this just is so mellow and just finishes out the album great. So my final verdict on Vicious is I would have loved to see them take more of a chance on this album. It's good, but I know Halestorm can be better than this. Don't get me wrong, it's not bad by any stretch of the imagination. It's just, they should have taken more of a chance with this one. I felt, there were some really good highlights from this album, like Black Vultures, like The Silence. Just highlighting a few of my favorites. Like I said, Black Vultures, The Silence. Heart of Novocaine was really, really good. Uncomfortable, the first, the lead-off single from the track, Uncomfortable, just that one was really good too. So I didn't hate this album. I would have just loved to see them take more of a risk with this and just amp it up. So I can't give it, it wasn't bad, so I can't give it expired, but I can't give it like a full fire rating. So it kind of gets a mild rating. If you're a huge, huge fan of Halestorm, I definitely recommend this album. But if you're looking for something with more balls to it, I guess. Maybe that's the wrong thing to say, seeing how the lead singer and lead guitarist is a female, but I'd say pass on this album if you're looking for something a little harder. But if you're a huge Halestorm fan, then definitely I recommend this one. It is not their best, but it is really good and really enjoyable. Some great tracks off of it, and I think if you are a Halestorm fan, now my tongue stops working. If you are a Halestorm fan, you'll definitely enjoy this album. I wanted to enjoy it more than I did, but in the long run, it was still a decent listen, and it's one I'd listen to again, quite honestly. So, Halestorm Vicious gets a mild fire from me. Alright, well that wraps it up for this edition of Fire Expired. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give me a thumbs up to let me know you enjoyed it. I'd really appreciate that. Let me know in the comments section down below if you've listened to this album, what you think of it, what you think of Halestorm in general. I love Halestorm, honestly, truthfully. They just have a great sound, great vocals come from Lizzie Hale. She's just an amazing singer. She's good looking to boot. That doesn't hurt anything if you ask me. And they're overall a great band. Like I said, I would love to see more from this album, but overall it was still pretty enjoyable. So let me know in the comments section below what you think. Don't forget to share this album, share this video anywhere you can on any social media platform, Facebook, Twitter, all the usual suspects. In the description down below, you're going to see a link to my Redbubble store where you can get all your Irish Bandit merchandise. T-shirts, leggings, tank tops, ladies racerbacks, stickers, phone cases for iPhone and Samsung, travel mugs, coffee mugs, whatever your heart desires. We just added iPad cases so you can pick those up as well. And don't forget, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. And if you're already subscribed, tap that bell and you'll be notified whenever I upload anything new, whenever I go live, whatever happens. Tomorrow, Irish Bandit Revolution returns with a retrospective of one of my favorite trilogies, the Back to the Future trilogy. Coming this Friday, High Five finally returns. Yes, I've been hyping it for a long time now. High Five is returning with 5 reasons why Stranger Things is so damn good. If you haven't watched Stranger Things, get on it. Coming back next year. Can't wait. And then next Monday, I will be back with another episode of Fire or Expired, looking at the latest offering from Stone Sour called Hydrograde. Coming up, we also have a review of Five Finger Death Punch's latest album, Injustice for None. And then I will be reviewing the EP Walk with Elias by WWE superstar Elias. And then in the meantime, you also have Irish Bandit Revolution. Not this season, but next season. Not next season, like the winter season, but after that. I think I'm going to do something different. I'll get more into that after this season wraps up, but I'm toying with an idea right now, so I'll just put that on the back burner and let you know another time. So, what we got coming up for Irish Bandit Revolution? Oh, we got two great high fives coming up, dealing with one of my favorite animated series of all time, Gargoyles. And then we've got the Saskatchewan Entertainment Expo rundown, which I cannot wait for. After the announcement this past week, I'm going to get into all that very, very soon. So keep looking out for new videos coming this week, next week, and beyond. So, guys, I will see you again tomorrow for another edition of Irish Bandit Revolution, and I'll also see you again next week for another edition of Fire Expired. Take care.